There's no doubt in my mind that there were serious conversations between lawyer and client, between Harry's lawyers and Harry about this judgment from last month that played a part in their decision to abandon this case. And I'm going to explain why. I don't think I referenced this in my previous video. Ignore the black belt barrister bit, by the way, underneath. We're on black belt secrets, so make sure you subscribe here, please. But this bit of the judgment, I don't think I mentioned in my previous video. But there's several bits that are very similar to this. But if I have mentioned this, apologies, I mentioned a lot. But this here, for me, is code, if ever I've seen it, for the judge saying, this is how I will rule in this case. Obviously, this is my opinion. This is not a statement of fact. It's my opinion based on reading this judgment here. And speaking of opinions and predictions, I'll come back to something in a moment. So keep watching. I've got something else to show you. But from paragraph 60, this is of the Duke of Sussex Associated Newspapers Limited judgment for the strikeout application a month ago. If you've no idea what we're talking about, I'll link some videos below. You can watch those as well. But this bit here where he says, based on the public statement and the background briefing, in my judgment, the defendant has a real prospect of demonstrating at least the following facts in support of its honest opinion defence. Now, obviously, the honest opinion defence means that the claim would fail, because if it's an honest opinion and an honest, reasonable person could hold that opinion, then it's not defamatory, it's just opinion, and that's fine. But at least here the judge is emphasising that the defendant newspaper has a real prospect of demonstrating at least the following facts in support of honest opinion defence. And then there's three of these. One, that the press statement suggested that prior to the JR claim, that Harry had made at least one previous offer to the government to pay for his state security, which offer or offers had been rejected by the government. Secondly, that the background briefing, most clearly in paragraph 12, suggested that the JR claim was a challenge to the government's refusal to accept his offer to pay for state security. And thirdly, that the suggestions were not accurate, or at least did not give the full story. And there's more at paragraph 61. I'm also satisfied that the defendant has a real prospect of demonstrating at trial that the contents of the public statements issued on Harry's behalf and the essential message they sought to project were misleading in the way identified by the defendant. Let's just read that again, because this is a clue if ever you've seen one. I am also satisfied, says the judge in his judgment, that the defendant newspaper has a real prospect of demonstrating at trial that the contents of the public statements issued on his behalf and the essential message they sought to project were misleading in the way identified by the defendant. And it goes on to the bits that I think I mentioned in my video yesterday. So there is no doubt in my mind that serious conversations have been had between Harry and his lawyers to say, this is the judge giving us as clear an indication as possible that is likely to rule in the newspaper's favour that this could very easily be honest opinion. And for a bit more on that, as promised, I'll point you towards this video to watch next, which I'll link below. Go and watch it. I co-founded this channel with my learned friend Alan Robert Shaw here, which is mostly him now. I will feature on it occasionally with his blessing, but I'll mute it so I don't spoil it. But within this video, there is a prediction which you need to go and watch, because Al scoots back in time to a prediction from a previous video. So I'll link that below. Please go and watch it. Very interesting stuff indeed. And let me know your thoughts and comments. This is quite an explosive thing to withdraw a case like this. And as Al's described here, it's an N279 form to discontinue a claim. Fairly serious stuff. Please go and watch Al's video. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.